Loveline on the world-famous K-Rock.
All right. The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Enjoy that band. And here's another band I enjoy because they have horns going. And the horns are a little more, less traditional, a little more frantic with the Voodoo Glow Skulls. But yet, there's, I mean that in a good way.
Well, gracias. Hello.
Eddie, Frank, and Jerry are here from the Voodoo Glow Skulls. They have a good excuse for being late. They're getting loaded at Barney's Beanery.
We were eating beans.
But very good.
The last of the real rockers.
Yes, leave the door open, Lisa. Thank you. There's a lot of beans going on. Although everyone, you guys are Hispanic, right?
Mm-hmm.
No,
No, wait. We're
Mexican?
We're Latinos.
Latinos.
Last time we were on the show, let me say, we got a lot of slack from our Latino friends because we were using the word Hispanic a lot.
Right.
And I guess it's not politically correct against
Why?
I don't know. I guess it's a name that was handed down by Whitey to all the Mexican.
So basically we're Hispanic.
No, we're Latinos.
Whitey handed down a Hispanic?
I don't know. That's what I was told when like a week after we did this show last time.
Oh, really?
So
They said
like I said, we're Hispanic.
Is Mexican completely out now?
No,
I don't know.
No, we're beaners.
But if you're from Mexico, you can be Mexican, right?
No,
see-
no, I'm a beaner.
Oh, just beaner from Mexico?
I'm a beaner.
We just went to the beanery.
We went to the beanery.
No, seriously. Last time,
Seriously,
I guess,
we're Hispanic.
No, last time we last time we were on the show, and I guess we used the word Hispanic a lot, and some people seriously got angry at us, and we played a show in Tijuana.
Right.
Like a week after we were on the show, and they came up to us and were like,
We got yelled at by some girl, some female.
"Yeah,
woman,
you use
type
the word
person.
Hispanic, and you're Latinos, not Hispanic." So
So we were told what we were, I guess. So.
Is there a new term we should be aware of? No,
Beaner.
You guys can set your own trend, but I mean, is there just to keep our eye on the pulse?
We're just a band. We're guys on your show.
Right.
They happen to be Hispanic and a bunch of beaners.
Well, let's go with Histino or Hispanic, and we'll just, everyone will be happy that way. Where did you play in Tijuana? Was it Tijuana Tilly's? Was it the Highlight Place?
No,
We actually played at a high school.
Yeah,
Playas City?
Tijuana. It's actually the beach part of TJ.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and we played at an outdoor basketball court.
It was
at
a
high
special
school.
education high school, and it was a really, really great outdoors.
Packed outdoor show.
It was a benefit for the school, actually.
It was run by a bunch of kids, like young high school kids, and they had a great time.
You guys still touring just all over the place?
Yeah, actually, we leave tomorrow at 3:25 for
be
for Germany.
LAX.
Oh, wow.
For a 6-week tour of Europe.
And then it's Japan after that?
Yeah, Japan in July.
And what do they make of you in Japan?
Well, we're really tall.
Except for me, dude.
Yeah.
Except for Jerry.
No, actually, we went there once before, and it was great. We had a good time, and we didn't really know we were even known there.
And it was amazing.
It was
I mean,
great.
we had a great response. Big shows. Frank got chased in malls there.
Really?
Yeah, Frank got chased in the mall there.
By security or by fans? Oh,
No,
okay.
by both, actually.
Yeah.
Little Asian boys.
By little Asian boys. Little 13-year-old Asian men.
All right. Well, we're going to hear something off of, now you correct me if I screw this up, Baile de los Locos.
Correct, sir.
Correct.
Oh, yes. Sounding like one of the...
Sound like a Hispanic person.
Thank you. And we're going to hear something off that coming up. But first we'll get back to the phones, and then it'll be back and forth. We'll find out when you guys are then coming back from Europe and Japan and playing in the States here and all that stuff. Carolyn, 34.
Hi.
Hey.
I got a question for you guys.
All right.
I'm a first-time caller, a first-time listener, and I got a 13-year-old daughter that has a crush on a 16-year-old coworker of mine, and I was wondering if it's appropriate for her to not date him but go out with him. He's got a truck now.
Okay, it's a bad sign, by the way, when you're 34 and you got a 16-year-old coworker.
Well, I work at a gas station.
That's still a bad sign. That's a worse sign.
He's the youngest one there. All the
That's
other
what I'm
guys
trying to
I
say.
work with are older than me, so
Oh,
don't worry
okay.
about it.
All right.
What's the
The white
difference
trash
between dating and going out with them?
Boning in the back of the truck?
I want to hear about the truck.
I want to hear about the
back of the
truck.
truck.
Is it a cool truck?
Pardon me?
Is it a nice truck?
No, he wrecked it.
Oh, so it's all white trash type truck. Yeah.
All right, so he's 16. He wants to take your 13-year-old out in the truck.
Yeah.
All right, and you want to know whether you should let her go or not.
Right. She did go out with him once. They just went over to his friend's house and, just...
Took drugs, right?
No, just talked.
Just talked about it. Yeah, you know what? Let me give you the conversation. Hey, don't bogart that bong. That was the conversation that went on there, Carolyn.
Carolla, how old were you
please.
when you were, what were you doing when you were 13?
Going to school and doing homework.
You weren't dating?
No.
When did you start dating?
When I was 16.
And how old were the guys you dated?
My age.
Okay. And what would your sense be looking at this as a 13-year-old? Think about how a 16-year-old, how different a 16-year-old is than a 13-year-old.
Well, they're so different from that, now than they were when I was little.
No. They're the same.
No.
No,
They're the
listen,
same.
listen, Drew. Everyone, they're different, but the difference is still the difference. Meaning a 13-year-old is much different than a 13-year-old was when Carol was 13, and a 16-year-old is different than a 6-year-old was when Carol was 16, but that gap
Is the same.
is the same.
I think it's because I don't want to cut the strings.
I think you needn't be afraid to be a parent. She's 13. It's not time to cut strings yet. Yeah, Americans have somehow forgotten that age group needs more parenting than a 2-year-old.
And the
Be
Hispanos,
the
too.
parent. Be the
Trying to
parent.
work to you guys.
She may not like it, but she will appreciate it and love you all the more for it in the long time. You've got to set limits. She is struggling with these things. Keep her out of harm's way. That is your job.
And the
It's
guy,
not to be the friend. It is to be the parent.
And I have, Drew, please, get Drew a glass of water, please, and a fan.
Damn it.
I have an 18-year-old girlfriend. Does that help?
You do not.
Yes, I do.
Really?
She's out in the hallway.
Oh, is that her?
Uh-huh.
With the piercings and
Yeah.
everything? Yeah, but she looks
Now,
like
that's
she's
one thing she's not
35.
done.
I mean, in a good way.
Okay, thanks.
Wait a
Be
minute.
the parent.
Carolyn.
She's lots of fun. They went to Magic Mountain, had fun today.
Yeah, it's fun.
Did she ride all the rides, or did you have to go on?
I rode her out. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, we had fun.
Carolyn,
Yes.
all right, here's the deal.
Okay.
And you guys tell me if anyone disagrees here. The guy's 16. He works
Right.
at a gas station.
Right.
He drives a truck.
Right.
He's interested in a 13-year-old.
Right.
He's looking for sex. You understand?
Yeah, he ain't gonna get it either.
He will if you
He's looking for that gap.
if you let him go out. Do you understand?
Okay.
Believe me.
He's looking to close
She's
the gap.
13. She's a half a near beer away from some sex.
Right, 13, 14-year-olds often retain a fantasy that they're going to marry a guy if they have sex with him.
Right.
And it's just the guy is not even in that
No.
universe.
Please, yes. Mom, play mom. Jacob, 16.
Yeah. I'd like to talk to the Voodoo Glow Skulls.
All right, let me get him.
No.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, you rock.
Thanks, man.
And I was just wondering if you're going to tour up in the Wisconsin area anytime this summer.
We have a tour scheduled for August. We're going to do a headlining tour in August.
It's mostly August and September. We're going to be out that way. Most definitely. Somewhere in there. Somewhere late summer, I think. It's going to be an Epitaph tour. A bunch
Alright.
Uh,
of bands on a record label. And we'll be there.
That'll get everywhere.
Yeah, it's going to hit every little corner, every little city.
It's scheduled to be like 6 to 7 weeks, I think, and basically cover all of U.S. and some of Canada.
What part of Wisconsin is it?
I just in the Milwaukee area.
Oh, yeah.
Good deal.
Milwaukee will be a stop. Probably the Rave
Yep.
there.
Okay.
You know where that is,
The
Jacob?
Rave Ballroom.
Yeah.
All right.
It's got to be interesting. You guys see every inch of this country, don't you?
Yeah, we've been all over, I guess.
Yeah, we've seen from like basements in Wisconsin to the biggest clubs in New York.
Any observations?
It's just.
I like I like to eat at Denny's. That's what I don't know.
Things have definitely gotten better. I mean,
That's a pretty heavy group. The Thinking Man's rock band. I like to eat at Denny's.
yeah, we get to eat at Denny's now.
Wait,
No,
things have gotten better?
Yeah, I think you guys are real good.
In what way?
Well, we're on a real record label now. And
The Denny's expanded their menu.
Yes,
Things are much better.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
All right, well, they got a new powdered sugar distributor, and it's much better on the German waffles. No, what Drew's asking is you go to every corner. Like, we live in L.A., and we see everything from the L.A. vantage point. But I don't know what it's like going to these the far reaches of this country.
Don't lie.
I really don't.
You've never been anywhere else.
I never go anywhere.
You're on
a
TV.
big TV show.
I know. Well, yes, my image goes places, but I don't go anywhere. I sit in an air-conditioned studio and have naked women feed me peeled grapes.
No, but I was gonna say, I mean, you don't get to fly out and hang out with like.
Now I watch you naked while eating grapes.
You don't hang out with like.
We're here 5 nights a week.
Or, like,
No,
we're here. We're here 5 nights a week.
You're out having sex with Tabitha Soren.
Well, sure, I've nailed her, but
Or Martha Quinn, or
all of them.
Mark Goodman.
That's how I got in. Oh, Mark Goodman. He got me the gig. Worst 10 minutes of my life, but it's paying dividends now. Mark Goodman hasn't been on MTV in like 15 years. J.J. Jackson. Yeah, you guys are really dating yourself. The point is this: we're either here or we're there, but it's all in L.A. and we're not getting out and getting to these little clubs and having younger people who are in these little cities come see our gig.
We'd like to, so that's become so curious.
Yeah, we've seen from like the smaller towns like
We've played.
We have nothing in common with these little kids, too.
Nothing at all.
We're 27, 26,
yeah,
driving on.
I mean, we ride in the bus, stop at truck stops, eat crappy food, and get to the next town and play shows and leave that night.
We're back to Danny's again here.
All right, Drew. All right, here's what we're gonna do.
That's my whole point.
We're gonna go to break.
For now on, I have a question for
Drew's gonna talk to the band during the break and figure out. You guys are somewhere not on the same page. I know Drew's question. It's not the Denny's question.
No, we understand that it's a joke, man.
Oh, I understand.
We've seen a lot of the places. Yeah, we've been to the far reaches of the U.S. and beyond, and I don't know.
Here's what Drew wants to know. I think are 18-year-olds the same everywhere? Is it the same in the small town of Wisconsin as it is in Japan, as it is in L.A.?
Actually,
kids are the same.
To be serious, actually, I think that in places, more remote places, like in the Midwest and stuff, kids tend to have sex more. Kids.
Really?
Yeah, you find.
It seems like it.
I mean, because we have groupies that come up to us and approach us and stuff, and I think that in a lot of places like in the Midwest and stuff, we get like younger girls,
Or the South.
And I mean, I'm gonna be 30 in May, and I got a daughter and stuff. So for me, it's kind of weird to have like some 12-year-old girl come up to me and try to get with me and stuff. So
must be very distracting when you're having sex with her.
Yeah.
Thinking about the daughter and everything.
I just worked the video camera. I was joking.
All right, we're gonna come back with the. See, Drew does not know how to talk to the common man, the Hispanos. I will work as a translator throughout the night. All right, well, here's something off the new CD. Wrap down a little more and take more calls.
Orale.
All after this. All right, back with Eddie Frank and Jerry from the Voodoo Glow Skulls. And Dr. Drew's not here. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Phone number, wait a minute. Is that the phone number? Yes, fax number, 310-854-4455. The CD came out last Tuesday, so it's still hot.
Brand new.
Less than a week in stores. It's called Baile de la... Wait a minute, I'm going to start over. Baile de los Locos, which means like Dance of the Crazy People or Dance of the Crazies.
Yeah. Crazy.
Exactly.
Right, and it has some really cool cover art on it. Who did this?
It's a gentleman named Christian Clayton. Who,
one of the Clayton brothers.
Yeah, one of the Clayton brothers. I guess his family kind of is famous for this like Haitian art style.
Right.
Haitian voodoo art.
And since we are the Voodoo Glow Skulls, we felt that type of theme would be cool for our album cover this time around.
It made sense to use them in the. He came up with that. That was the first thing he came up with.
Even if you just buy the CD, never open it, and use it as a coaster, it is worth the $15.
Well,
just from the
Thank you.
just from the art on it alone.
Yeah.
I would suggest you open it and listen to it, but I'm just saying, you should be able to sell, you should go gold just from art connoisseurs. It's really a spectacular cover. So if you don't believe me, go out and look for it. And we're going to hear something off of that right now. It's called Bulletproof. Bulletproof off of Baile de los Locos. Yes, I nailed it. From the Voodoo Glow Skulls, who are our guests tonight. And the CD just came out last week, and you guys are going to Europe tomorrow. So that's very soon. And here's the corny music question I wanted to ask you guys. This music, I don't know what would you guys classify your music as? Sort of an ethnic ska or something?
We're like a hardcore.
Like an ethnic hardcore band, I guess.
Yeah, we're like an ethnic hardcore band that happens to have horns. We're like a little bit of ska. I don't know.
I mean, we don't really follow the ska format, so
Right.
it's kind of hard to. I mean, we don't really like to describe ourselves as a ska band, but we love ska music, and it's definitely one of our influences. But we also love rap music and funk and punk and heavy metal, so it's all kind of like a mixture of everything mixed together, you know. And since we've been playing with horns for a long time, for almost 10 years now, I guess people associate us as a ska band because we've been doing this for longer than.
And it's kind of nice that this type of music that you've been at for 10 years now is coming into vogue.
Yeah, it's good for us because now we, you know, all the hard work that we've done in the past, all the grassroots foundation, I guess you could say, all the fans that we've obtained.
He named 2 bands as an example, the Grassroots and the Foundation.
Oh, yeah.
But go ahead.
Wow.
Influences.
Anyways.
They're just their influences.
Yeah, you know,
Are you going
that helps out.
to, we've had the Bostons up here a bunch of times, and they're struggling with sort of their success. They're embarrassed by it, and they're trying to remain sort of a grassroots local kind of a band. Do you guys have that kind of a problem, or you given that any thought, or?
Not really yet. I mean, of course, I mean, we're probably gonna get a lot of slack for just like being on the show right now because I mean a lot of kids consider being on this station and stuff not punk and stuff.
You're selling out.
Yeah, but I mean they don't realize that I mean 4 or 5 years ago we were doing the punk rock thing and working in you know doing that way, and now it's become to where now I'm older now and this is my career, so you know this is our band and this is the only thing that we really know how to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, we've definitely done the work, and we're ready to, you know, just like reap the rewards if there are any, and just keep going as a band. And
we're ready to
this is
sell
our
out.
thing.
And I want you guys to know how lucky you are to catch Drew on a lucid night. Normally, he just sits here like a mushroom growing on a cow pie. Has nothing to say to any of the guests, the band. God forbid, I sit here and stumble for 10 minutes on end, and he will not jump in and save me. Tonight, he's all over the band.
I had 2 nights off.
Oh, is that
That's
what it
did
is?
to me. 2
Hey,
nights.
he's talking, he's conversing with the guests.
We went to a great. We stayed at that Hard Rock Hotel. It was just fantastic. We had the best time
A
there.
big swimming pool, I hear.
For the
Drew.
kids. Oh my God, they never come
All
out
right,
of it.
all right. They still in there?
They could be.
Jason, 21.
Yes?
And
Hey.
I mentioned the Boston. That's
What's
that
up?
was for you.
Thank you. The hell's that mean?
We're welcoming FNX in tonight.
Oh, FNX. Yes, we have a Boston station that Drew's worked very hard to get because, Drew, what'd you do in Boston?
I
You
lived there,
got
went
laid
to,
in
went to,
Boston
went to
once?
college in Massachusetts, and
Right.
just think that
Drew loves Boston.
Yeah, love Boston.
Jason,
Yes.
what's your question?
My question is, well, first of all, I believe in high standards and waiting to have sex until you get married.
All right, we got to go.
So
No.
the question is that I have is, how do you know when it's time to get married, and is there anything wrong with marrying someone
Well,
5 years older?
you get someone pregnant.
What's that?
That's how you know.
When you're the shark.
Well, I'm not for that. I mean, that's all cheap thrills.
Oh, I see. All
I
right.
mean,
so
I believe in relationships.
are you a virgin?
Huh?
Are you a virgin?
Heck yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
All right. And you're shouting it from the mountaintop.
Heck yeah.
You got it, buddy.
Heck yeah.
And How far have you gotten with a woman?
Oh, some fun.
Did you touch her elbows?
It's been close a couple of times.
You've done what?
It's been close a couple of times.
Have you guys touched uglies?
What's that?
He's a virgin.
Oh.
He's a virgin.
Yeah, but they can still touch uglies.
What? She's ugly?
She's screwed around.
Yeah, we messed around, but there was no
All
fornication.
right. Do you have a woman now, Jason?
I got lots of friends.
Do you have a woman now, Jason?
No.
No. Okay.
For most men, it's time to get married when you've got your career on track and when you are with somebody that you want to marry.
Well, see, the thing is, I feel kind of lonely.
That's not the right reason to get married.
But the second of all is, I love families. I believe in the family unit.
So establish a career and then date around till you find somebody with whom you believe you could have a stable relationship and do that.
I was just thinking, Jason's penis must be so upset with him. Jason's penis just must be crying himself to sleep every night. Why did I get stuck onto this body? Oh, my God. Going to the gym, seeing other penises. Look at this guy over here. Oh, look at that guy over there. And I get stuck to Virgin Jason. Oh, what a horrible fate Jason's penis has suffered, being stuck onto that torso or that body. My penis and Jason's penis ought to get together and talk. All right, so Jason.
Yes.
You get your career going. You wait a couple of years. You find a woman, and the timing's right, and you get married. But here's why I don't like people saving their virginity, because Jason's 21, and he's hopped up now. I mean, he's at the boiling point. He's like a crock pot with an anvil sitting on the lid, and he's had some goulash in there for 3 years now, and it's just ready to blow. Well, so this is going to affect your judgment. You're going to want to get married in a hurry. You may get married at 22 when you should have got married at 27, but you had to get laid.
Yeah. Well, listen. Here's the problem. Well, I have plenty of wet dreams to keep me company.
All right.
But I'm going to law school eventually, so my career is at least another 6 years down the road.
All right. But listen, you're going to have to make a choice between ethical religious lifestyle and being a lawyer. Please, Jason, you're never going to get anywhere in law with that mentality. You understand?
I don't know. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with waiting to have sex. I think that's something that's important.
Okay. Well, just wait. But don't get married just to have sex.
Oh, I won't do that. But, I mean, how do you know if it's the right...
Oh, what the hell do we know?
I just said, when your career is on track, you're feeling that you're at a time in your life when you can have a family and get married, and you're with somebody you want to marry.
Wait to get out of law school, start making a few bucks, screwing a few people, getting 15% of that or 30% of that, and then you start thinking about having a family.
We'll use the alternatives.
Yeah,
there's a couple married.
He's gonna be 27 years old though. I mean, by the time he's out of school, or at least between 27 and 30.
It's not like people don't date when they're in professional school.
Right. Okay.
No, but he wants the bone.
All right. I jumped on one of Eddie's insights. Eddie likes Denny's.
No, that's
I know
what
you
we've
mean.
Seen,
I understand. It's consistent. You know what you're getting. It's not one greasy spoon to the next.
I don't have a problem with it. I love it.
Hey, I enjoy that stuff too. You can take you can't take the trash out of the white. You can take the man out of the valley, but you can't take the trash out of the white. I think that's what we've learned tonight. All right, we will be back with more of the Voodoo Glow Skulls. More Drew, more you, all after this. All right, it is Loveline with Eddie, Frank, and Jerry from the Voodoo Glow Skulls. I'm Adam Carolla, that is Dr. Drew, and we'll be back in a scant 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
radio
station. KROQ-FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
The world-famous K-Rock.
All right, more Loveline with the Voodoo Glow Skulls. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. And Nicole, 21.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
I'm wondering, I have kind of a difficult time having a a vaginal orgasm versus a clitoral orgasm.
I hear you.
And I think it's because it's like a psychological thing. Because I physically have had them. It's just really, really rare. I kind of psych myself out whenever I get, near it.
As far as I know, from doing this show for a year and a half, the vaginal orgasm is very elusive to many women. It's like catching a leprechaun or something. It's very difficult for guys to get a handle on, and women have difficulty with it too. Am I right, Drew?
You're talking about orgasm during intercourse.
Yeah, because there's no. Is there any difference between a vaginal orgasm?
I mean, people try to make a lot of it. Really,
it's all hooked up.
It's all hooked up. It's just there might be a little bit of a difference in the sensation, but that's it's like a man talking about the difference between something intense and maybe less intense.
It's just hard to find that spot.
But I mean, during.
Was it a lot different for you when you actually were able to achieve it?
Yeah, actually, it was better. I mean, I've been with the same person for over 3 years, so it's kind of weird that I would be so psyched, freaked out when I get to that point. But for some reason, I'm so concerned with how everything's going for him, and I just when I get even close to it, I just panic, and then I always resort to the clitoral. It's just so much easier.
What do you mean panic? What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of it. I don't know. I just
panic suggests some fear.
Yeah, I feel
and
like
excitement.
He's gonna lose some he's gonna lose it if I pay attention to myself or something.
Is it? You need to really investigate. Look at that pretty carefully, Nicole, because if the quality of your relationship is so focused on the other person that you're not able to identify and express your own needs, it's not a healthy relationship. I mean, there's something lacking in relationship these days, which is mutuality. One person needs to express their needs, you need to meet it, then it's the other person's turn. I mean, you need to be able to, each of you, get your needs met, and if you have something you want to do, you should feel quite free to do it.
Well, how put off would the guy be by you having a vaginal orgasm while you're having intercourse?
Well, I think that's right, but
that is a victory for any man.
It's true. No,
him and his penis will go out celebrating that night. The penis will buy
have a couple beers.
The penis is buying the first round, everyone.
No, it's totally true, but he usually complains that we don't have sex often enough, so when we do, I just try to make it like everything he wants.
I smell some gambling coming on here.
Yeah.
Nicole, we're thinking about gambling on you.
What?
How do you feel about us gambling on your past?
What do you mean? What?
Have you had anything go on in your past?
With?
Your any
upbringing,
traumatic events, anything
like a rape or?
Well, okay, like that.
Anything that warrants some gambling on our.
Don't tell us what.
Yeah.
Don't tell us what.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. All right. You guys. Do you guys have? You got any money? American money?
No.
I know you're either in Mexico or Europe. So do you have any greenbacks here?
It's your turn to spot me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but.
Come on.
Okay. All right.
No, we don't have money. We really don't have any money.
Get $1 out, please. One of you's got $1.
I got 5, dude.
5? Okay,
He's got my
there's
5.
3 of you. I'll give you some change. There, take the 2. Oh man, there's a big 5 spot sitting right in the middle of this table. Now we're getting into some money. All right.
Serio.
Here's what we're doing on this show. We are going to gamble on Nicole's past. She's 21. She's been with a guy for 3.5 years, and she's very preoccupied with him sexually.
Pleasing him.
Like he's going to leave if he doesn't get what he wants. And I was getting a vibe off of her, like something's a little up with her. It didn't feel quite right. What we do on this show is we gamble on people's pasts and try to guess their past to try to figure out how it's affecting their future. So
their present.
I'm sorry, their present and future. It is now their future because it was her present 30 seconds ago when you said that. So, what happened to Nicole? What kind of family did she come from? Where was Dad? Was there any case of rape or incest? What happened to get her where she is today? I can... Eddie's going to give me the Denny's answer. I can see it already.
Yeah, the big man breakfast.
So, who would like to go first?
Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, what do you think?
Just describe her some events in her past that might have affected her
Lice? I don't know.
Her conduct in relationships.
I think, okay, this is going to be a very long evening. I know this right now. I'll give you a multiple choice.
No, I think
Adam, you go first.
All right, I'll go first. I think she has issues with men. Somebody took something away from her, like her dad.
Go ahead.
Her dad was there, and then her daddy left.
Okay, either left or...
Abandonment.
All right. So
either emotionally or physically by dad.
Choose. Pick a scenario.
But she said we should gamble.
Pick a scenario.
Dad physically, sexually did things to her.
Okay.
All right. From Papa.
All right.
All right. Sexual abuse from Papa. Jerry, go.
Not enough.
Need more info, huh? All right.
Not enough Denny's.
Sprite.
Not enough Denny's.
He can skip.
No, he can't skip. I'll give you multiple choice. Alcoholic parents.
Don't give multiple choice because you know that one of those is going to be...
Lack of good lovers. I don't...
No.
No, you
All
don't
right.
get it.
All right, listen, Eddie, you go.
No, I think it's she was abandoned by her father.
He just left.
Oh,
right.
yeah, no father.
That's a good one.
figure.
All right, that's good.
No,
That's it.
That's good.
Dad left.
Stick with it.
Fine.
Dad left.
Okay, next.
Frank.
I don't know if it's the same thing he was saying. I guess just no father figure there, no support.
So Dad was just not available
Yeah,
to her.
not there when she needed him.
It sounds like she's trying to please
All
somebody.
right, we'll pick times
Yeah.
here. Was father
father
never around, or did they get divorced at some point?
That's what I was gonna say. I think they got
there's a
divorced.
Okay,
divorce
and then he was gone.
Yeah, he just
Fine.
disappeared, did his own
Wait a
thing.
minute, they got the same answer going.
No, he
through.
said Dad... What was
Eddie?
I think Dad left.
All right, here's what we'll do. Eddie will go with Dad left before the age of 5. Frank will go after 5. And Jerry will go with Denny's?
Denny's.
No, Jerry, what do you
Jerry
think?
will go with
money,
I
he
don't
goes
care,
gamble.
right?
I don't care.
No.
All right, there's
You do
$5
care.
Oh,
here. Now, come on.
Well, I don't need money on me. So.
All right, listen. Don't be belligerent. Give an answer.
Bad hair day. I don't.
Right.
All right, someone's got to explain the rules to Jerry. Jerry, please just say parents were alcoholics.
Parents are alcoholics.
There. Brilliant. Drew.
Nicole's going to say she's going to be focused on something that happened to her in her early teens, like she was raped when she was 13 or 14. But the real thing is Dad, probably alcoholic and physically abusive, I'd suggest.
All right, so we have alcoholism and physical abuse.
And then rape or something at a relatively young age.
All right,
probably
she could have been physically abused in the time it took us to work this one out, I must say. Nicole.
Yeah.
All right, what went on?
Okay.
Please be honest.
The lowdown. I heard everybody's thing. Dr. Drew's definitely the closest. Dad was absolutely not an
Hold on.
alcoholic.
Don't touch that 5.
Figures.
Dad is what?
Dad is not an alcoholic.
Oh.
But Dad absolutely was emotionally not available.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually still in the picture. They're divorced, but he was absolutely emotionally unavailable.
When did they get divorced?
But I said divorce, didn't I?
I was 15, so I'm
15, you're out.
I mean, they were together a long time.
Frank's kind of out, too. 15's a little late.
Dr. Drew wins.
All right.
No alcoholism. There was a date rape experience in the teens. So
Drew.
I wasn't call that
Dr. Drew is right.
And that's what you were thinking of, weren't you, when we said we were going to bet on you?
That's what came to mind.
Yeah, I could just
know.
hear that in your voice. And you got to understand the reason you were a good victim is because of what happened before.
Of course. I absolutely agree with that.
All right, so Dad wasn't an alcoholic, but there was the date rape incident, which puts Drew over the top and gives him the big 5. I hope you choke. I hope you buy $5 worth of arsenic or hemlock with this stuff and choke on it.
Thank you.
The guy rapes me every night here.
I hope you guys made a lot of money because it's kind of a touchy subject.
Well, Drew is laughing all the way to the bank.
But Nicole,
I take it seriously.
We do this to make the point of how predictable humans are in their relationships.
I'm sure you talk to people like this all the time.
Well, no, wait. Nicole, we are not minimizing the pain that you've had or your uniqueness as a person. We're trying to get you to address more realistically why you would conduct yourself this way in a relationship and try to change it. Because it is the wreckage of the family system you came from that's causing you to have unhealthy relationships. I know you called us with a question that had nothing to do with this, but we knew something was up in your relationship.
So you think that it starts with the whole thing, the issue with the wanting to please the guy starts way before like the rape and everything.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
These are dependency issues. You can go into a bookstore and pick up some of the self-help literature on
Sigmund Freud.
No. Just it's a little more digestible, easier to access if you look at the codependency stuff.
Okay.
It may make a little more sense to you.
All right, Nicole?
Thanks, guys.
All right, Nicole, good luck.
Yes, I could tell, and we all could tell, except for Jerry, something was up with her.
Was she still talking about her vagina?
But that's what's great about this show.
In and out.
I mean, women calls in to talk about that, and we get at what's really up with her.
Right. Okay. That's the beauty of Loveline. Jeremy, 14.
Hi.
Hey.
My condolences, Drew, on what happened with the singer.
Julio, yes.
Yeah, Julio.
We're going to get him up here.
Well, I drink socially or smoke pot once in a while, and I wanted to know if you thought anything was wrong with that.
At 14.
Yeah.
Drew condones it. He recommends. He wants to know why he got such a late start. He usually recommends kids start at 11.
You guys answer the question. Let me see what I'll say when you're all done.
That's the age that I started to experiment,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that it's good or bad. I mean, I myself, I'm glad I experienced it at that age. I mean, I started around 12 or 13 with pot and with alcohol, and I'm over it now.
Now, why are you glad you experienced it back then?
It seemed like it was the right time. I mean, it was all the time when I had peer pressure. I was in high school, or I was starting high school. I was a adolescent, and it just seemed like I don't know, it just happened to me. I don't know. I'm just glad I did it then, and I went through it and
got it out of your system.
Got it out of my system, yeah. Because now I'm in a band. I travel a lot, and I see it a lot. You know, what I mean, I see drugs, I see a lot of stuff, and I'm glad I got over it.
Within 10 feet.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that
it's within grasp.
I think that with alcohol, you should probably wait, because alcohol, I don't know, I'm not an expert on stuff like that, but I think that it's probably more damaging to your system, and you should probably wait till you're old enough to drink alcohol, because, I mean, if you start drinking at 14, by the time you turn 21, it's like no big deal to go out and buy a beer by then if you've been drinking for all those years. I don't know. You know, drugs and all that stuff's bad for you, but, you know,
we're still around.
Yeah, we're still around, and I don't know.
Yeah, but do you think, I mean, it's hard to tell how your life would have been minus something that you were doing for a long time. But, I mean, do you think it had a good or bad impact on your life?
For me, I think it was good.
Yeah, I mean,
to experience it.
For us, it was good to experience it early on, because, I mean, we experienced stuff early on as kids in high school, and now we're pretty much over all that stuff.
I mean,
we
learning that early. Learning that early, we kind of got to see how hard. I mean, we experimented as much as we could, and
now it's, you know, we're over all that stuff. So now it's still around, but, you know, we don't
kind of
partake
burned
as
out,
much.
I guess.
Yeah.
Jeremy, the question is, do you have alcoholism in your family anywhere?
Well, my grandpa is.
That's whose father?
That would be my mom's father.
Do you see any features of that in your mom?
No, like that, like her father was kind of like abusive to her mother, so she like doesn't drink at all now.
How about your dad? Does he drink?
Yeah, but he's not an alcoholic.
What does alcoholic mean to you?
Someone that gets drunk a lot.
Well, it really means continued use in the face of consequences. And if he's using it, it hurts you to see him drunk, or he's hurting his mom, or he gets driving tickets or something like that, and he keeps drinking. That's alcoholism. And your mom, having had a father as an alcoholic, is certainly prone to marrying an alcoholic. That tends to be the pattern that people follow. And she, too, may actually have the gene, too. So to the extent that you may be at risk for addiction, it concerns me greatly. And the other concern I have is that under the age of 15, the brain is still developing rather rapidly. And any of these compounds that affect the function of the brain can damage the brain. There's something called excitotoxicity, that these drugs are all well known.
All right, you're lulling everyone to sleep.
All right, but I am really concerned about people 15 under experimenting.
Here's the bottom line. First, the Voodoo Glow Skulls are not going to make any teen panels where they tour from high school to high school, talking about the dangers of glow.
Explaining my life, actually, dude.
Yeah.
That's what happened?
Yeah. He's making me depressed.
Is that right, Drew?
Here's the deal. Most people experiment
happened to
and here's the deal. My take is
We're
I've done
the
my
perfect
share.
example of that, I think.
I've done my share of experimenting, and so have all of my friends. Some of them died because they never stopped experimenting.
That's called addiction.
I guess that's what you call it. But once you're dead, what do they call it?
Dead.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Troy. Addiction. The point is this. You can experiment and you'll probably be fine. But for a percentage of society, they're not fine. They get hold of whatever it is, they love it, they get some momentum, and they buy it on a moped 2 weeks later when they're loaded and driving down Van Nuys Boulevard. So you never know. You understand, Jeremy?
Yeah.
If you want to play totally safe, wait a while.
Yeah, just don't do it. I mean,
Well, I only drink once a month. I mean.
That's not,
just saying that under the age of
real
15,
experimental.
under the age of 15, the brain is highly plastic and tremendously affected by these chemicals you put into it. So that's when you want to really watch it.
All right.
Take it from us. There's plenty of time for you to experiment with whatever you want to.
You have your whole adult life.
A long time, and it doesn't take much to get off. You know what I mean?
My point was that I was just over it. I mean, I learned early, and I'm over it now.
Right.
I'm not addicted to anything. I don't think
No,
my personality's that kind.
Except for young chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're addicted to that. Sebastian, 20.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
My question was about STDs.
Yeah.
I had a couple specific questions about how which ones affect the penis, as in making it sore or hurt.
When on the inside or on the outside? The skin?
On the inside, as
hurts when you pee.
Huh?
It hurts when you pee.
Yes.
Gonorrhea, chlamydia, non-gonococcal urethritis, sometimes herpes. The herpes usually with a skin rash.
Yes.
But if it hurts when you urinate after you've had sexual contact with a new partner and you're not using a condom, you by almost virtually by definition have a sexually transmitted disease, and you've got to get it taken care of right away. You can affect your fertility.
Frank, you have some pain in the urethra?
No,
Eddie does?
No, it's not funny what he said. I'm not trying to make light of it. It's not funny.
What's going on, Sebastian?
The second word.
Well, there is pain as far as in urinating.
It could also be just urinary tract infection. I mean, it doesn't have you.
Right, but what are the symptoms of most of those STDs?
Hurts when you pee.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
That's where it starts. Later, you get more problems. You get arthritis if it's gonorrhea. You can get.
You go insane eventually.
Prostate and
that's just because of the pain from the penis. Sebastian, if it hurts when you pee,
you get strictures in the urethra and have trouble peeing.
Go see a
big
doctor.
mess. Go.
Shove it around.
All right, it's common condition. Go. These days they're great antibiotics. Really, a single dose of a couple of antibiotics usually take care of most STDs.
All right, let's see if we can squeeze one in. James, 19.
My question's for the band.
All right.
Are you guys gonna re-release the Yellow album? Ever? The very first album?
No.
Why not?
That record was a bootleg. It was
released under.
It was unauthorized. It was our first demo tape that was done in 1981.
Hey, also, I went to a show on the 19th of November, 1995, and
we said
Eddie got sick or something.
And we said we were gonna.
You guys said you're gonna make up that show, but you never did.
We just did it.
And I missed it.
Yeah, it was this last Friday. It was a record release party.
Yeah.
It was free. It was at the Glass House, and it was free, and you weren't there.
Sorry, James.
All right.
All right.
Sorry, dude.
You got to check the calendar page.
Okay.
All right. Drew, why don't you sell the hell out of the next call, and we'll hear something else off the Voodoo Glow Skulls CD when we come back.
Right, we'll hear the Voodoo Glow Skulls.
Drew, don't try to be a DJ. Just
Voodoo
sell the
Glow
next.
Skulls.
Please,
Then
just do
we
it
will
with your tongue, please.
Then we will speak to Steve, whose girlfriend is pregnant, his child. He wants her to get an abortion.
All right.
She doesn't want to.
All right. Las hombres no lloran, which translated means the guys don't pee. What's that mean?
No, it means that men don't cry.
Oh, men don't cry. No, it's just lloran. It sounds like
Urine.
Yeah, I'd go for that. Anyway, I think the guys don't pee sounds better, although it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. All right, Baile de los Locos is the name of the CD. Came out last week, and that is just one of the many groovin' hits off of it.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
it's great music.
Thank you.
Have you guys done soundtracks?
We're on Biodome for about.
Oh yeah,
yeah, a great Pauly Shore movie. That's our claim to fame, right, Jerry?
We're not on the soundtrack though. We're on the.
We're in the movie,
in the
but
film,
we didn't make
the soundtrack.
Yeah, we're not worthy, I guess.
Are you? Obviously, you'd be happy to do it if someone approached you. I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes it strikes me when you hear certain songs where you go, that would be good for a scene in a movie.
Yeah, I mean, we're always. I mean, we're actually going to be in another. Our music's going to be in a movie called God Money, I believe. It's like an independent film coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's good for us. It's a new thing to be in any movie. So
more money.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's a good way to spread it around and maybe get to some people who wouldn't normally get a chance to hear you. Steve, 16.
Yeah, anyways, first off, I've been a long-time listener for first.
All right, dude.
Uh-huh.
Got a question for the rock and roll band you got in there.
Uh-huh.
You guys, do you guys have anything against Rudy's? Because on your last CD, Fermi, before the song Empty Bottles, you have that little clip.
Right.
Yeah, just wondering if you had anything against Rudy's or...
I got beat up by Rudy's in New Jersey one time.
What a Rudy's?
Yeah, let's explain to Adam and Drew.
It's a cool little pill you take.
No, Rudy's are, I guess, they're rude boys. They're like traditional ska guys.
Ah.
You know, they're way into ska. I don't know. No, we're not against it. It's just that we don't consider ourselves a ska band, and those are just jokes. Those are just jokes.
Relax, Steve. The band has a sense of humor.
Yeah, but a lot of times there's rude boys who are so...
No, we're not... Yeah, we like ska music, but I mean, we think that the traditional ska scene is just really jaded and closed-minded towards outsiders, and I don't know. That's just.
You talking about guys? You talking about like Doc Martens and suspenders and
pork pie hats and.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. My ex-girlfriend is 4 months pregnant now. I knocked her up about that long ago, and.
Right, dude.
Yeah, and well, the condom broke, so I told her to go ahead and get a pregnancy test. About 2 weeks later, she finally did after about a month of bugging her, and she found out she was pregnant. And then I told her, well, I really don't want you to have my kid, and I want you to get an abortion. Then she just stopped talking to me and ignoring me, and I don't know what I should do. I know her parents. She's 18. She lives on her own. She can support the kid. I know that.
She can.
I don't like the idea of her having my kid.
How can she support... First off, it's really just your sperm, Steve. It's funny. It's like Steve took his kid and implanted it into his girlfriend.
Why didn't you tell her to get an abortion 3 months ago?
Well, it's just not that she doesn't want to. I don't know why. She just wants to have this kid for herself.
How do you know she can support the kid?
Yeah, she's got money. Her parents have money, so...
Being able to afford a child doesn't mean somebody's not necessarily able to support and or be a parent.
Yes, the Menendez family could afford the kids, but look how things turned out.
Right? Yeah.
They're innocent, by the way. They should be let go.
Oh, yeah, right.
Believe anyone who kills their folks, the folks had it coming. That's my theory on that. Drew, I've asked you this many times. If your triplets got together and said it'd be a good idea to blow Dad and Mom off with a shotgun, wouldn't you think you had it coming?
Yeah, we probably needed to go.
Whether it's nature or nurture, bad genes or bad rearing, it doesn't matter. Who's at fault?
God.
And you.
God and me.
All right. Steve?
Yeah.
So what is your question tonight?
Well, I want to convince her to get an abortion. How can I go about doing this? Should I talk to her parents or what? I mean...
Oh, boy.
So you work the Menendez angle.
I mean, it really is against my own religion here to have... Since I was I said if I'm ever gonna have a kid, I want to be married, you know.
Right.
So I mean, this is just a total shock to me.
Right.
Got me really down. So I don't know why.
How far along is she now?
About 4 months.
You didn't think you should make this? What were the lines busy for the last 3 months? What?
Well, yeah, I've been thinking. Yeah, I've been calling. I mean, I usually don't sit there and hit redial constantly over and over, but finally I did tonight.
But I mean, Steve, convincing somebody. It's like this. When you're at the gallows, you don't want to try to convince the guy with the hood on. You want to try to convince the judge 6 months earlier before you actually get to the blocks. Do you know what I'm saying? You're running a little bit late now, Steve. She's 4 months pregnant. Can you have an abortion in 4 months?
It depends on the state.
Oh, boy.
She's got to go with it,
Steve,
man.
she's going to have the kid now. She's not going to have an abortion in 4 months.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know what I should do. Should I get some counseling or something? Because I just can't stand this. It's just got me down. I've been doing worse in school and
I mean,
concentrating.
Yeah, you might maybe.
Poor you. You're not the one who's pregnant.
There's a point to that.
That's sympathetic Jerry in the background.
Yeah.
You call the Department of Social Services and see if they can sort of help you out with what your resources are that are available to you, and sort of assess what this situation is. Because I don't really know what you're talking about with this girlfriend. What her intentions are. Ultimately, she's an adult and has the capacity to do whatever she pleases. And although it is Steve's sperm, Steve may not have much to do with this except to have to pay for the child when Steve turns 18.
Right. All right. It's a bit of a mess, but 10 years from now, you'll probably look into Junior's eyes and say, oh, hell, 5 years from now, 3 years from now, you'll look into Junior's eyes and say, I'm glad I had
He
you.
may not want to have anything to do with this child.
It sound like he's like saying
he may
knocked up.
He may not be ready for it, and his presence may be confusing and a problem to the child. There also are legal societies out there. There can be a legal aid society. Can talk about what his legal rights are in terms of managing this situation.
All right, Michelle, 18.
Hi, I had a question for the band.
Yes.
I was wondering, last week, I was at a gas station, and I think it was one of the people from your band. And does anyone in your band drive a green Volkswagen Jetta?
Yeah. It's our guitarist, Eddie.
Because the guy from the gas station, I guess, wouldn't give him his money, and I was just, never mind. Okay, my question... My question was, why every time I have an orgasm, after I have an orgasm, I get cramps?
Abdominal cramps?
Yes.
Well, describe the cramps to me. Are you talking about...
It feels like when I'm on my period, but more
there can be...
After an orgasm?
Yeah.
Because I had a calf cramp up once during masturbation.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you guys?
Happens during sex sometimes.
All right. Never alone? Where you're pointing the toes out and the calf cramps up?
No, it's like you'll be like doing it like doggy style, and like the back of your legs like cramp up, and you're just like, and you got to stand up real quick.
Right. Run around the house nude.
Happens to, yeah, exactly.
That is a beautiful picture. All right, go, Drew.
There are various things that can cause. Is this after intercourse?
Horse riding, or
then you necessarily have to have an orgasm for this to occur? It doesn't happen just after any time you're having intercourse?
After an orgasm.
It's hard to know. I mean, you should have a pelvic exam to make sure there's not something anatomic going on, make sure you don't have an ovarian cyst or endometriosis, that sort of thing. There are things that can irritate the tissues down there, infection. There's also a spasm of the muscles on the floor of the pelvis, something called the pubococcygeus muscle that can spasm and give you sort of a
what goes on when you have
I like this girl really knows what a pubococcygeus is.
Oh yes, he's listen. He's no host. He's no air personality. He is a doctor, ladies and gentlemen. You know he's a doctor every time he tries to sell the next call. This is Paul, and then he punches the mic halfway. Paul's 17. Yeah, he has to be a doctor. I'll throw his ass right out of here. He'd never do another second on radio. All right, Drew, tell her to go to the gynecologist.
Go see the gynecologist.
Yes,
Make
thank
sure
you.
it's not something anatomical or infection. So
All right.
there we go.
All right. Now, Drew.
Question for the band.
No.
Yes.
We'll have questions for the band, but I want you to sell. I want you to sell. I asked him during the commercial or after the next break. Sell the hell out of the next one, Drew.
There's Krista who met a guy online. She wants to go for it.
Ooh, animated. All right, more Loveline. Screw the phone number, screw the fax number. The Voodoo Glow Skulls are here. Joe, Frank, and Jerry are here. Eddie is out in the hallway. Joe has more than adequately filled his big creepers, and we are ready to get started on the show again. Is that Crystal? There's
Yeah.
Drew, get the schmutz off that screen. I can't read that number 3 thing. All right, spit on it, would you? All right, Crystal, 18.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
All right, I'm going to hang up on you.
Hello?
Go.
Yeah, I met this guy online, and he's all the way in Pennsylvania, and I'm in California. And I was wondering if I should, like, I mean, I could go there. I have a way to get there, but I don't know if I should do this, you know. A lot of people tell me that it's
dangerous. Tell her about
scary
Nate.
or whatever. So,
You met him over the computer. Have you exchanged pictures with him?
yeah, letters and pictures and everything.
He probably just went to some deli and pulled a headshot off. And does it say does it say like Eddie, you make the best bagels ever? Or there's nothing written on it? There's no agency stamp on the bottom.
His name Wayne.
They're regular.
Wayne.
They're real pictures of him.
All right. Well, what's up with you that you're so desperate?
Oh, I'm not. It's just I usually talk on the computer, and I met this guy, and he was really cool.
Yeah, but you're thinking about going to Pennsylvania for a date.
Where does she live?
Well, no, not
I wouldn't even go to Orange County when I lived in the valley.
not just for a day. Maybe live there or something.
Okay. Doesn't this smack of something, some desperation, something a little up?
That sounded creepy.
Sounds like
I have friends who have tried that before, meeting people through the internet and actually try to have relationships, and it didn't work. That's all I can really say.
Came close to getting married, actually. And
it just
pan
didn't
out.
work for them, and I don't know. That's all I can really tell you.
If you have the money to do it, just go out there and meet him in a big public place where he can lure you into some shack in the middle of nowhere.
Crystal,
Yeah.
are you a heavy-set gal?
No.
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 All right, my theory's out the window. Why aren't you dating guys who are who live nearby?
Well, because basically I know everybody here, and I don't know. I mean, me and him have talked on the phone a lot, and
How old is he?
he's like 22. He's a teacher, and
Why doesn't he fly out to see you if he wants you to come out so bad?
because he's like, I don't know, he's not into like moving like I am. You know, I can just get up and go, and
All right, here's the main question. What are you escaping where you are? What's going on there? Why are you so eager to move? How come you're not going out with people in your own neighborhood? What's going on with that?
well, I've been here my whole life, and it's just
Where's here?
California.
Yeah, we got that part.
Rio Grande.
Rio Grande?
Arroyo.
Arroyo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Now everyone's more confused. Where is that?
it's on the Central Coast.
Oh, okay. A small place?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't know.
There's obviously something more going on.
Are you living at home?
No, I live with a friend.
Uh-huh.
So what happened at home?
What happened at home?
Oh, I moved out.
Why?
Wait a minute. Hold on. She moved out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened at home.
That's totally different. I'm sorry. We're all wrong about you, Crystal. We didn't know you'd moved out. We thought you were just born in an apartment with a roommate.
No.
So you did move out.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I want to go, visit the
Crystal,
country.
why did you move out?
Why?
Why did?
Because I wanted to.
You were the most. She gets the award. She's
Yes.
the most elusive, evasive caller we've ever had.
Sounds like she just wants to have her big adventure. Everyone wants to have a big
No,
adventure.
Crystal was being abused at home.
No.
Something happened at home. Somebody struck you. Somebody did something to you. What happened?
Well, I have younger brothers that are like bigger than me,
And they hit you.
no, I just couldn't stand living with them. They're twins, so
How old are they?
they're 16.
And your folks, where are they? They didn't tell your younger brothers to cool it?
Oh, they're spoiled.
Your younger brothers?
Yeah.
All right. Nothing happened to you?
No.
Nobody ever laid a hand on you.
No.
Because people that you aren't really running away, but people that leave home for the age of 18 typically have some pretty heavy stuff happening.
No, it's just that, I mean, I got family all over the country, and it's like, I don't know. I just want to go. I'm adventurous, so I was just going to leave.
All right. Well, then you have our blessing. What do you want us to say? If you want to go ahead.
Well,
I can tell you better buy a two-way ticket.
yeah, that's true.
Because, listen, I don't trust this guy. He's 22. He's a teacher. He doesn't want to come out here. He wants you to go out there.
Where does she want to go? Pennsylvania?
She's only 17.
Either
she said?
Yeah, either he's Mr. Fix-It. He's got a big project to fix and save because he has his own problems, or he's an abuser because that's the quality relationship Crystals tends to be going towards, it looks like.
Or he's a pimp.
That's the point. Somebody's going to harm her. So it's not a good situation out of the case. But, you got to explore. You're 18. What can we say?
All right, here's the deal, Crystal. Tell everyone where you're going. Give them phone numbers and all that, and check in like every 30 feet. Okay?
Okay.
Be careful.
All right. Something's going on with that Crystal.
Oh, yeah.
She
She
left the house early, real evasive, didn't want to talk about anything.
Because she had spoiled twin brothers. Oh, yeah, that's why people...
Yeah,
That's why they left.
Right. Wait a minute. Delia. Delia?
Dahlia.
Delia. All right. 20.
Well, okay. Mike, I have a question. Well, actually, not a question. I just need to know what to do, okay? I recently got online about maybe 6 months ago, and I met this guy online. One day I was just on there.
Hold on, Drew. Didn't we just have an online call?
That was interesting to get another online call. This is a different twist on it.
The girl over there was talking about how she wanted to go away. I don't want to go away or anything, but okay, let me tell you about it. I met this guy online, and we had been talking. He seemed really nice and everything, and we got along real good, and we had a lot of things in common. Not everything in common, but a lot of things in common. And I was talking to my friend. This was about 6 months ago. I was talking to another friend of mine, and she's all, well, what's his name? And I told her his screen name. She goes, oh my God. She goes, that guy's a transvestite. And I'm like, oh my God. And anyway, so.
Did he live in Pennsylvania?
No. He's from San Diego.
Okay.
And I'm from Ventura, right?
Right.
And I confronted him about it because I was kind of scared, I was like, oh my God, this guy's been lying to me the whole time, but then that's not strange for people online. But anyway, he started getting mad because I told him, well, if you're not going to be honest about things, then, I don't know if we should be talking. Well, he started leaving me threats online.
Yeah. What kind of threats? He's going to steal your makeup?
No, threats, I don't know, you better not stop talking to me. Well, I never told him my last name. He doesn't have my last name, but I've been getting phone calls with messages on my answering machine from him. He has my address. He's been sending me letters.
You got to keep a copy of all this stuff and call the police first thing tomorrow morning.
Well, I haven't kept any of the letters. I just throw them away.
Start documenting everything and call the police.
Yeah, and I'll come home, and I think he's been breaking into my house.
Oh, really?
I come home.
Oh my God, he's there now. He's upstairs. He's on the other line.
Well, this isn't the first time that I've been
that this has happened to me.
It isn't.
That you've been stalked.
Stalked by someone over the computer?
No, I mean, I've had someone do this to me before, like, in real life. I've had someone hold a gun to me, threatening me, stalking me, coming after me with the gun, and it was so ironic because it turned out, I mean, he left the country before the police could catch him.
All right.
And it turned out that his mother was the bookie at some county jail. And it was like, oh my God.
Okay, this is turned into a Days of Our Lives episode. Haven't you learned your lesson though?
Well, that's why. I mean, I try to. I don't really talk anymore after that. But I don't know what to do. I mean, I can't. I've thrown away the letters.
All right, you have to keep everything. You have to document everything, and you have to get the authorities involved. They're not going to do anything, but if he makes a move, then they'll have a reason to lock him up for a while. Stop striking up relationships over the internet. The good news is he's a transvestite, so you'll probably kick his ass. He'll be wearing a pair of, like, 6-inch stiletto heels. You'll kick him once in the groin. He'll buckle. One of the heels will snap. His tube top, pull his tube top up over his head and smack him with, like, a potted plant or something.
Susan, slap him around.
All right. Call the cops. What can we tell you?
Yeah.
There's really nothing you can do. I'm sure.
I know, that's why I'm so afraid.
Here's the deal. I'm sure if he was going to do something, he would have done something. He knows where to find you.
Does he know? Are you sure he broke into your house, or you just?
Well, I mean, no one else has the keys to my apartment.
Well, what did he do in there?
Well, move things or like.
What do you mean?
Probably masturbated in your underwear drawer.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait.
Pregnant now.
What do you mean no one else has your keys? He has your keys?
No, the keys to my apartment. Like, I'll come home and, like...
No, the keys to the apartment, Drew.
Yeah.
No one else has the keys?
No, Drew, the keys to the apartment.
Does he have keys?
Excuse me?
Drew, the keys to the apartment. Like we're talking about your friggin' gym locker or something here. All right, how do you know he was in your apartment?
Okay, no one else has the keys to my apartment. I'll come home. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really organized, but I'll come home and it's kind of like that sleeping with the enemy thing where, they rearrange the cans and they put the towel straight.
You know who did that? Who did that? The Manson family did that. They did do that.
Too much pot.
All right, but he does not have the keys to your apartment.
No.
No, okay, just want to make sure.
I don't know who's coming in my apartment then because, I mean, my chairs will be rearranged. My furniture, in fact, like my computer and stuff, it will be put somewhere else. Things will be, like, out that I know I did not leave out.
It's not your landlord looking for rent or anything like that?
Maybe she's really he.
Huh?
Maybe it's you, and you have an alternate personality.
All
right, listen. Stop talking to people on the computer. Document everything the guy does, and go ahead and get a new deadbolt put on your apartment. I was a carpenter in another life, and I can tell you this: for all of you who are being stalked, go to any home improvement place, any hardware store. For $10, you can get a deadbolt. The back set on deadbolts are all the same. They're 2 3/8 or 2 3/4. One deadbolt will fit either setting, and the hole that's drilled in it is 2 1/8, and the strike hole is like 15/16. You can bolt the thing right in. All you need is a Phillips screwdriver. Spend $10, get a new deadbolt, bolt it in. You keep the keys. That is that. All right? All right. We'll be back. All right. We're plumb out of time. The Voodoo Glow Skulls, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having us once again. Thank you.
Baile de los Locos is the name of their latest offering. Came out last Tuesday. Be the first on the block to get it. That way people will know you're cool. Good luck in Europe, good luck in Japan, and come by and see us again when you're doing the stateside tour.
Thank you. If we can, we'd like to say happy birthday to Mr. Brett Gurwitz. He's our good pal there at Epitaph Records.
Gurwitz, I'm guessing he's in management.
He is the president of the record company.
I know he's not the bass player with that name. All right, and until next time, this is Sam Crow for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline, the The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions, that's for sure.
If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy.
Loveline producer Ann Wilkins.